Good evening. I'm Jan Kowalski, and I'm with Slate I Incorporated. And tonight we're going to be discussing issues that single fathers face in getting parenting time and or decision making for their children. This is a live interactive show at CanTV channel 21. We're also streaming live at cantv.org/hotline. And for the next 25 minutes, you're welcome to participate by calling in and providing me with your questions or comments relating to issues single dads face in parenting time and parenting decision making with their children. You can call the number at the bottom of the screen, which is 312-738-1060, and this is a live on-air program, and hopefully I can get to your questions or comments about issues facing single dads. And we are provided by Slate I Incorporated. On your screen you see the website for Slate I along with their Gmail address and their phone number. And it's 312-866-9748. And Slate I Incorporated is a non-for-profit entity who's devoted to assisting ex-convicts. Some of the programs that Slate provides include re-entry programs, feeding the families of Inglewood, community service through the Circuit Court of Cook County, and they also have a Kirby's Kids Camp for kids in the summertime. And I'm Jan Kowalski. That's Kowalski. I'm an attorney and I'm licensed to practice law in Illinois. And I've been licensed since, I think it's 10 years now. And that's Kowalski. And to help you remember my name, because it is a Polish name, a little difficult to pronounce and or spell, I've got my cute little device here and I can show it to you. There's my little koala bear, and he's on his skis. And this is to help you remember that my name's Kowalski. That's why I've got the picture of the koala on skis. Now, some people might be tempted to call me Kawasaki, but my name's really not Kawasaki, it's Kowalski. And to further help you remember my name, I want to show you my picture of my little koala. And my koala is 100% qualified. Now, hopefully later in the program we're going to be joined by a single dad, but for now, let me just give you some preliminary indications of issues faced by single fathers in seeking to get parenting time with their children. Now, one of the first questions is always, I didn't pay my child support. Can I see my child? The answer is the two are not related. Even if you have not paid child support ever, you still have the right to see your child. Matter of fact, children need to be involved with both of their parents. The children love both parents and want to be around both parents no matter how difficult the situation is between mom and dad. Of course, they don't want to be involved in any kind of situation where there's yelling between the parents. So if that's going to be an issue for you, I suggest that you have an intermediary be present for the transfers of the child from one parent to the other. Another issue which frequently comes up is dealing with questions from the children. Suppose the child would ask the single dad, Dad, Mom's not here. How come she's not here? The temptation is to say, well, your mother's doing this. But the right answer is to say, I don't know where Mom is. You're going to have to talk with her about that. It's very important for parents not to make any negative comment about the other parent. Why? Because the children instill these values. If one parent would say to the other parent, well, your mom's not here because she's lazy or forgetful, then that's hurtful towards the child because the child is half mom and half dad. And no matter how difficult the relationship is between the parents, children always want to have both mom and dad involved in their lives. So part of what we do at Green Slate is to encourage ex-convicts who are primarily male with the Green Slate people to become involved in their children's lives and to maintain that involvement with their children's life. It's not good for a parent to pop in and out of a child's life. You need to maintain stability. Now, one of the questions I always get is, well, how do I introduce the children to my new girlfriend, my new paramour? What's the best way to do this? Well, of course, you're the parent and you're in the best position to judge the maturity of your child, to determine whether your child can understand that someone else is there and that person's not mom. But of course, there are certain guidelines. I don't suggest introducing the children to the new paramour, girlfriend, boyfriend, the significant other, until the relationship is established. We don't want to introduce the children to a significant other every time you see the child, because obviously this will be confusing. At the same time, we would like parents to pick up the child. If you can't exercise your parenting time, perhaps have the other parent offer a right of first refusal. While some parents, if they're not available, can have their relatives, like their mother or their aunt or their sister, watch the child, it's far more better if the parents can agree together on how to raise the child. And if you're not available, certainly offer your time to the other parent. It's just working together for the benefit of the child. But at the same time, during your parenting time, I encourage all parents to make sure that they involve their extended family. It's important for children to realize that it's not just mom and dad, that now that mom and dad aren't together anymore, that there is an extended family, whether it's a significant other, auntie, grandma, uncle, step-aunt, that there's a lot of people that are involved in raising the kid and a lot of people that love the kid and are there for the child. So please, don't feel concerned about introducing someone to the child. The concern is introducing the child to someone as a significant other. Perhaps the child's at an age where they don't quite understand what a significant other is. They may become resentful because mom's not there, and they may feel as though you're trying to replace the other parent. It's very important that this be done slowly over time. There's other questions. Oh, and once again, you're watching Green Slate I Incorporated, and we're live on CAN TV Channel 21 and cantv.org hotline. And today we are discussing issues single dads face relating to their children. And we're going to be having a single dad join us shortly. And feel free to call in and join the conversation by calling the number that's on your screen, which is 312-738-1060. Now, as an attorney, and I primarily deal with cases involving, it used to be called custody. Now it's called parental decision-making and parenting time. In the parental decision-making, what you deal with is determining which or both of the parents are to make decisions relating to the child. And these are major decisions including health, education, religion, medical, and extracurricular. Generally speaking, in my experience, most parents are able to agree on, for instance, what religion the child should be raised. So these, generally speaking, nowadays, people really shouldn't be discussing custody anymore. Under the parental decision-making, generally speaking, most parents can agree upon this, what religion the child should be raised, what education the child should be given. Where most of the dispute happens nowadays relates to the parenting time. It's often difficult for parents to work out a feasible parenting time schedule. Sometimes parents will come to court and say, well, gosh, I just want 50-50. Well, what is 50-50? It depends upon your family. I had one child representative many years ago who said, oh, the children have to be in bed by 9. Well, in this case, the children were preschool children. One was 3, one was 5, and they went to afternoon preschool. And the parents were, I call them night owls, which means that they like staying up a little bit later and waking up a little bit later. And the child's representative decided to impose his own views upon a strict bedtime upon the parents. So I encourage parents to try to work out their decision-making and differences before going to court. Matter of fact, nowadays, most marital settlement agreements and or parenting time agreements have a provision in there for going to mediation before seeking the court. Most parents find that if they go to mediation, that they will find that they're heard. In other words, that someone listens to their concerns, gives them validity, and they're addressed. The critique of the court system is that it's kind of stifled, you need an attorney, decisions are slow. Most people are nowadays trending towards mediation because it's quicker and most people feel that they're understood. There's public mediators available through the Circuit Court of Cook County, and there's also private mediators. We use one facility. It's called JAM, and it has a bunch of retired judges that are there to mediate for you. I'm sorry, this is an interactive program, and we're on cantv.21 and cantv.org/hotline, and feel free to call in with your questions, comments, concerns as a single parent, especially those ones relating to parenting time disputes. Now, obviously, if you're having parenting time with your child, you shouldn't be imbibing in alcohol or any other illicit substances. Matter of fact, even though these behaviors might occur outside the presence of the child, nowadays still a lot of judges don't like it if a parent tests positive on a drug test. So I discourage any parent from engaging in any excess of whatever kind, whether it's alcohol or drugs, even if it doesn't affect their time with their child, just because you might be screened for drugs in any court proceedings involving the child. Now, there are certain kind of financial constraints that single parents have. If you've got one child right now in the Circuit Court of Cook County, 20% of the parent's net income is what we consider guidelines child support. And you can be required to pay 20% of your net income for one child, regardless of whether it's a child of the marriage or a child born outside the marriage. The guideline right now is 20% of the party's net income. And that's soon to be changed. As of the recording of this presentation, they're soon to be changing it. It's projected to be in July of this year, where they're going to be going to a child support, essentially a sharing, as opposed to 20% of the net income of the obligor. Oh, we've got a question. Caller, do you have a question or concern or comment relating to parenting issues for single fathers?
Yes. Yes.
What's your comment, sir?
Hello.
Hi.
This Billy Bean. Janice, I know you. My comment to this is when a man and a woman get ready to have a kid, they should have a plan to raise the kid. I mean, I wouldn't like to see a man turn a kid against a woman or the woman turn a kid against a man. They should be together at all times. Otherwise, that makes a kid go bad because he don't want to make choices between his mother and dad. And I think they should be together.
Have a seat. Yes, caller, thank you for that concern. I don't think either parent should try to badmouth the other parent. I think children can, and sometimes they internalize it if they hear one parent disparaging another. Thank you for your call, caller. I'm joined tonight by Gary Lewis. Gary, say hi.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
And tonight we're discussing single dads and the problems that they face. And Gary, are you a single dad?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Can you tell our viewers something about the challenges that single dads have to face out there?
Well, one challenge is, the daughter waking up and, wondering where is mom, and, me being a male figure is kind of challenging being a mom and a dad.
How old's your daughter, Gary?
She'll be 2 July the 30th.
Are there specific issues relating to dealing with a 2-year-old?
Just giving my love and, just giving it my all, giving it my best.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have a little girl or a little boy?
Yes, I have a girl.
Little girl. Is she potty trained?
I'm starting right now. She soon will be. We practicing.
Because you're dealing with an opposite sex child, and I hate to bring this up, do you have any issues going to change diapers? Do you do this in the men's room, or is there a family room? How do you do this?
That's challenging definitely when we out at restaurants. I totally prefer restaurants that have, just a single restroom, because I don't take my daughter into a men's restroom.
Well, of course
and
not.
I prefer not to go into a women's restroom as well.
Oh, I don't think those ladies would like that so much.
So I like visiting places where single restrooms. That's one of the challenges, definitely.
So what do you do, Gary, if your daughter wakes up and says, "Where's mommy? I want mommy," and of course it's your parenting time and mom's not there? How do you handle that?
It's a challenge. It's a challenge. She's just speaking dad. She just know dad. That's the only words at the moment. So that's a great thing.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
Do you have sole decision making, or are you joint decision making with mom?
I'm basically sole decision making.
Did mom choose not to be involved in the daughter's life?
That I wish not to discuss much about.
Is this
But,
through a court proceeding that you've got sole decision making?
No, I think some people just not ready to have a child. It's her only child. It's my third child. I got 2 boys, and now this is my first daughter.
Wow. Are there issues regarding integration of your 2-year-old with your other family?
No. It's no issues. Me and my daughter actually stay alone. My sons are teenagers.
So you've got half siblings then?
Yes.
How about the mother of the boys, the half brothers?
No, that's we have a great relationship. My sons live with their mom.
And do you have parenting time with the stepbrothers and the daughter?
Yes.
And how do the teen boys like having a 2-year-old to play with?
Oh, they love it. They love dealing with their sister. It's been great.
How about the financial strain? It's got to be difficult being a single parent. How do you deal with that, Gary?
I don't think about it. I just go to work and take my daughter to daycare, take her to a grandma's house. So I have the support.
Well, that was another concern. Is in my experience, daycare and or nursery school or preschool is cost prohibitive. It's incredibly expensive. It's akin to college education these days, essentially.
Yes, I'm paying $900 a month.
Ouch!
So, yeah.
How do you afford that? Do you rely upon extended family to help you?
No, I am an entrepreneur. I also volunteer at St. Sabina Church as a mentor. So, I make it happen. I make it work.
So that's the tip to single dads. You got to make it work.
You got to make it work.
So does the parish assist you in some way?
Pretty much, yeah. St. Sabina is a beautiful place. They definitely assist in families and helping with various programs over, at the church.
So I'm dying to know, how is it parenting as a single dad, a little girl? Do you have some struggles going on there?
Well, not really. It's the best thing that ever happened to my life, having a daughter.
Does
She's
she put a
definitely
pink
gift.
tutu on you? Do you drink tea together? Do you have tea time?
Yeah, we have. We go a lot of places, meet a lot of people, and everybody's always asking, "Is that your daughter? She's so beautiful." They're always giving us compliments, showering us with compliments.
And are you meeting other single mothers on your dates with the 2-year-old day trips? That's a good spot to meet. It's a great resource. Well, is that part of your strategy, is to use other parents that are out there that might be single parents?
Yeah. I mean, we get approached. People always like to see a dad with his daughter. I guess, it's not many fathers out there. So, being there for their children, it's sad.
Do you have a message for other single dads that are struggling right now with issues as to not getting parenting time with their children?
You don't know what you're missing. You until you embrace your children and be there for them. I mean, it's the greatest feeling in the world. So I try to encourage many men to be there for their children. It's the best thing that ever happened to my life. But I was also raised with a mother and a father, so I think that plays a role also. Well,
let me ask you a question, Gary. Since you're a single dad, I'm wondering, how do you meet or make new relationships and meet new people? How do you work that in your life?
Well, I'm married to my daughter right now, so I just focus on her and focus on my career.
Well, let's suppose you were to meet an eligible single mom out there. Would you be encouraged to introduce her to your daughter?
Yes. I would make sure that that's the right person first. I wouldn't wish to, introduce my daughter to different women.
Well, how would you do that?
How would I do that?
Yeah.
I just would take my time. I'll quarter first, go out on dates, maybe, see how that works, see if the conversation is there.
And viewers, you're watching Green Slate I Incorporated, and tonight we're here with Gary Lewis, and we're talking about issues that single fathers face. You're on CanTV 21 and cantv.org/hotline. Please call us and join in the conversation as to single dads. You can call the number on the screen with your questions, comments, and concerns. Now, Gary, let me ask you, are there any other problems or concerns you have being a single dad of a 2-year-old little girl?
What do you mean? Like problems as in what?
How about emotional development? Is it difficult raising a little girl as opposed to your 2 boys?
I don't think so.
You haven't noticed any
No,
differences between the girls and the boys?
No, I think my daughter's full of love. You got to meet her. Her name is Ella.
Well, I'm dying to know, is she going to be raised like a little tomboy because she's got the older brothers, or?
Well, she's girly. She's very girly. She like to play with her dolls and stuff. I buy a lot of toys all the time. So
when Ella asked you, Daddy, where's Mommy, what do you say?
well, she get to see her mom. It's not like her mom not in the picture, not in her life.
Well, do you have daily telephone contact when Ella's with you?
Yes.
And how did you work out your parenting time?
Basically, her mom career is challenging. Her mom is working a lot. She work a lot of hours.
Oh, and we have a caller. Caller, do you have a comment, question, or concern as to issues facing single fathers?
Yes, I do.
What's your question, comment, or concern, caller?
My question about single fatherhood, about how do you know if they've been fair about how much you expected to pay for child support?
How do you know how much to pay for child support?
Yeah.
Is that your
What do you, like, okay, go.
My understanding is, based upon the current law right now, child support for one child, and regardless of whether it's a child of the marriage or you are not wed at the time of the child's birth, that child support is 20% of the payor's net income. It's not gross income, it's net income. And a lot of times, if you don't have a paycheck stub for the court to figure out the net income, courts will back into what your net income is. The court will look at, well, how much is your rent, how much is your phone, how much is your car, your insurance, your groceries. And based upon that, they'll add that up and then do 20% of that. That's called imputing income. So if they don't have a paycheck stub, they will base it upon imputed income. And it's a 20% of the net right now. But in the July of this year, they're going to be changing to an income shares methodology. And right now, they're working with the Illinois Department of Health and Family Services to get the computations down. So although we know that the statute's changing to an income shares model, right now I don't have the formula. So I don't know what the child support is going to be changing to, other than I know that child support is going to be based upon the incomes of both parents. And it's an income sharing model. Thank you for your question, caller. Thank you for watching and participating in today's show. I'm Jan Kowalski with Green Slate I, and my guest tonight has been Gary Lewis, single father. Thank you, Gary, for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
And next week, which is March 14th, we're going to be discussing legalization of controlled substances, and we're going to have a guest speaker, Mr. Girach. And the week after that, on March 21st, we're going to be discussing how illegal immigrants can prepare for changes in the law with the new presidency. And tonight, my technician and producer has been Ziff Sistrunk. Thank you, Ziff. And thank you, everyone, and have a good night.